What's up, Kingdom? Emergency update for Sunday at Arrowhead. The Ravens Pro Bowl defensive tackle Justin Madubuike has been ruled out with a neck issue, and that is a massive swing for Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid's game plan this week. If you're new here, this is Kansas City Chiefs Today, daily news, rumors, and fan takes for the best team in football. We're pushing hard to 5,000 subs, so smash that button and let's talk about what this means for the Chiefs' offense on Sunday. Quick context before we dive deep. Madubuike, you might remember him as Justin Madubuike, now goes by his given name Namdi. Same dominant interior player, same relentless motor, just a name update that had Baltimore fans buzzing last season. The headline today is simple. He's out against Kansas City after a neck issue popped up and kept him out of the Ravens' last game. Head coach John Harbaugh didn't offer a timeline, and the tone around Baltimore right now is cautious, even a bit concerned about the long-term picture. That's not just any starter, that's their all-pro level interior disruptor. Baltimore's reaction tells you how serious their defensive line situation is. They've already moved to add depth bodies to the practice squad, Taven, Bryan, and Josh Tupou, with multiple DTs banged up heading into Arrowhead. It's triage mode up front for the Ravens, and you don't do those moves unless you're worried about snaps on Sunday. Let's be crystal clear about what the Chiefs are losing from the other sideline. Namdi is the guy who blows up a double team, forces Mahomes off his spot, and wrecks the interior run game before it even develops. He's the heartbeat of their interior pass rush, the one player who turns a normal 3rd and 6 into a jailbreak. Without him, the geometry of the pocket changes. Creed Humphrey's ability to set a firm point becomes a superpower, and Trey Smith's strike power has more value when there isn't a Pro Bowl 3-tech slanting into the B-gap every other snap. That extra half-second of pocket depth is the difference between a contested throw and a shot over the middle to Travis Kelce. Run game-wise, this is where Isiah Pacheco can turn a crease into a chunk play. You saw Detroit rip through Baltimore for 224 rushing yards on Monday night. That's not a random stat. It's a sign that the Ravens front is leaking oil. If the Lions' backs and offensive line could dent them like that, this is the week for Kansas City to lean into duo, inside zone, and that quick-hitting draw game. It also flows into play action. When defenses fear the A and B gaps getting gashed, linebackers step forward, safeties hesitate, and the middle of the field opens. That's Kelce territory. That's the angle route and the sit-and-run after the catch. That's also where the Chiefs' speed on the perimeter can clear space without needing a perfect throw into a tight window. And let's not forget the red zone. Madubuike is not just a pass rusher, he's a leverage monster on the goal line. Know him, fewer immediate backfield disruptions. Kansas City can play under center, use the jet motion, and trust interior movement to create daylight for Pacheco. All of that gets easier, not easy, but easier, with Baltimore's most disruptive interior player in street clothes. Alright, if we're Andy Reid and Matt Nagy drawing up the script, how do we weaponize this? First, tempo and sequencing. Go fast after first downs, force the Ravens to rotate their depth DTs, and stress a thin rotation in the first quarter. The earlier you stack long drives, the quicker those backup tackles feel that Arrowhead oxygen thinning out. Second, inside first mentality. Start with inside zone and duo to test their fits, then hit them with RPO slants and quick glance routes once they cheat numbers. If the Ravens walk a safety down, take your shot outside, not as a hero ball tendency, but as a punishment for overcommitting to the box. Third, screen and misdirection. Pacheco on the slow-developing screen, Kelce on the TE slip, and a couple of swing screens to manipulate those backups into wrong gaps. Without Madubuike sniffing it out and detonating the play, Kansas City can use the screen game to punish aggression and keep Baltimore's front guessing. Fourth, move the launch point. Roll left, roll right, sprint out on key downs. No dominant interior rusher means those throws to the sideline flats and crossers arrive on time. The line can play aggressive and square without worrying about an elite 3-tech splitting them on the snap. Lastly, short yardage variety. The shovel catalog is open. The quick push sneak family is on the table. And with the interior softer, that little trap to Pacheco or a pop pass to Kelsey off motion could be money. You can already feel the national conversation tilting toward Mahomes versus a wounded Ravens defense. That doesn't mean it's a cakewalk. Baltimore still blitzes in waves and disguises coverage as well as any team. But the talking heads are going to point to one thing all week. The Chiefs' offensive line should control this game between the tackles. And you know what? They're not wrong. For Ravens fans, there's also the Nnamdi storyline. He was on an absolute heater the last 2 seasons and became the centerpiece of their front. When someone that critical is out, it changes how you call a game, how you rotate, even how you think about 4th downs. For Chiefs fans, it's an opportunity. It's the moment you expect your offense to look polished, multiple, and ruthless. From the locker room perspective, this is a do-your-job week. No looking ahead, no playing down. Take what the defense gives you, stack points early, and force Baltimore to chase. If the Chiefs can put the Ravens in must-pass mode by halftime, Spags can unleash the dogs, and the second half becomes Arrowhead party time. Big picture, this is a massive AFC lever. Any tiebreaker edge against Baltimore in late December matters, whether it's for home field, a bye, or seeding that keeps you away from a brutal wild card matchup. Every win against a top-tier AFC opponent is a 2-for-1. You go up, they go down. And we all remember the recent playoff battles. These two franchises have traded body blows for years, with January intensity whenever they meet. Taking advantage of a short-handed Ravens front isn't disrespect. It's championship business. Banking this one could be the difference between hosting in the cold at Arrowhead and catching a flight in January. So here's the checklist heading into Sunday. Start fast, pound the interior, and make Baltimore defend both the run and the middle of the field without their best interior playmaker. Keep Mahomes clean, and the explosives will come naturally from structure, not hero ball. And when you get into the high-leverage downs, trust your identity. Kelsey on option routes. Pacheco with violence on inside runs. Timely shots when the box gets greedy. If Kansas City executes, this is a game the Chiefs should control from start to finish. Final reminder for anyone joining late. Ravens Pro Bowl DT Nnamdi Madubuike has been ruled out against the Chiefs with a neck injury. That is the headline that shapes Sunday's chessboard. Expect Andy Reid to test Baltimore's depth early and often. Alright Kingdom, your turn. How should the Chiefs attack the middle without Nnamdi in there? Are you dialing up Pacheco early, or letting Mahomes cook with play action? Drop your takes in the comments and join the road to 5,000 subs here on Kansas City Chiefs Today.